On the next episode of Mothers Across the Globe, we take a special look at the life and times of Darlena Carol Smith Banuelos. Born October 10th, 1964, Darlena came out the womb kicking and screaming. Born from Marie and J.R. Smith, a couple of fortune tellers from south of the Mason-Dixon line. Darlena grew up tough and had to battle through the mean streets of Spring Branch.
Last December, 2 teenage brothers were robbed and shot here at Pittner Park. One was killed.
Hundreds of residents in Spring Branch met with
She would later join a gang that protected her, and they would run roughshod on other local gangs and the police. They were called the Meanie Babies Syndicate. In Darlena's memoir, she would later recall those days in a passage.
We were living life to the fullest. Know what I mean? We had to do what we had to do. If that means we gotta go knives out to a Johnny D concert, it's just what we did. Know what I mean?
Later on in her life, she would ditch the life of drug dealing and gangbanging and pursue her next passion, her husband Joe. Joe would graduate in the year 1980. 80. And that's all I got to say about that. Wow. Darlena and Joe would fall madly in love in the back of a Firebird. Then was the arrival of their children, Joseph Jr., Chris, Royce, and Amber. Darlena would recount her days of motherhood in her inspirational memoir.
Those were the tough days. It was hard to keep up with their names all along trying to remember to feed them.
But of all the accolades, awards, children, and grandchildren she would receive in her life, she has been quoted in many publications saying, when she landed that job at Kirkland's, it was her greatest achievement. We reference the memoir again, where the bulk of the book, up to 90%, is dedicated to her job at Kirkland's.
It's here I am free, the most me version of me. At home with Joe and the kids. At home, it is restricting and keeps me from the things I love. When Jim Jr. was born, I still had time to listen to 14 John Denver records in a day. But when Chis was born, I was down to 10. Then Rope came, so I was down to 6. Then Amplifier was last born, and I had enough.
But that's on the next episode of